Hello, everybody. I've had this YouTube channel where I've been uploading various lifting and music content for like 15 years, a long time, but I don't think I've ever actually spoken to the camera or said real words on it. A few words, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of use this channel to just kind of, not vlog, more like video journal and record my thoughts and everything. Partly about bodybuilding and training, partly about life in China, partly just, various stories from the last few decades. I don't know. I think part of it is people like to say, I want to share my fitness journey with you guys. No, I want to document my process. I think putting it in video form and then also kind of speaking about it helps to, get a different perspective on that process. Because ultimately bodybuilding is optimization of processes. And yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm competing in bodybuilding these days. I kind of got started around 2022. I mean, I actually did a show earlier than that in 2018, but it was not very serious, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it was pretty bad. I actually ended up looking okay though, surprisingly, for that first prep, and got reasonably lean in only 14 weeks. Made a decent presentation, placed higher than I thought I should have, honestly. China did not even have classic physique back then, so I was in men's open, and our super heavyweight starts at 80 kilos, or it used to anyway. Now things are way more standardized with the NPC rules. So it's probably pretty obvious that I've been living in China for a long time now. It's 11 years, and maybe people want to hear about that. I think more of the Gen Z, Gen Alpha crowd are thinking China's very cool. And I think it's partly reflexive rebellion because they're fed so much propaganda from mainstream media about this place, so they had to do the opposite. And they were right, because it's fucking awesome. I don't know how else to say it. I've been here 11 years. I don't plan on ever going back. Best decision I made was coming here. I should have done it way earlier, frankly. No, I'm not going to just talk it up and glaze it the whole time. There's obviously huge disadvantages and some real challenges living here too. But, on balance, it's just been a very different life experience, and I've really enjoyed it so far. Why did I come? I kind of want to do a separate lore dump video about how this all started, and I don't really want to do it right now. That kind of deserves its own speaking to the camera, unscripted, undistracted, sitting down type of thing. I'm outside doing my morning steps right now, just kind of in the park enjoying the sights and recording this simultaneously. Anyway, so today's a pull day, or I guess it was yesterday. Yesterday was a pull day. I start with my pull-ups, and you'll see I go very, very slowly with a pause at both the bottom and the top. Before, I kind of had a lot of problems with pull-ups where I was trying to chase extra reps, and then the rep quality was degrading. But in bodybuilding, especially classic physique, it's not just about getting big and strong. You do kind of have to add muscle in the right places to look proportional. A lot of the stuff that people attribute to structure is just that, it is structure. But a lot of it actually is training stimulus too, you can build your shape and proportionality around a given structure, and there is a more optimum way of doing that. So, with the pull-ups example, for instance, if you're just firing them out, even if you're not drastically swinging or kipping, but there's some balance at the bottom, some stretch reflex, there's no hold of the contraction, the eccentric is way too fast, then yeah, you're going to recruit very different musculature compared to if you do them the way that I'm doing them here, with the tempo and the slowness and the pauses. And so a lot of guys have really good upper backs, rear delts, traps, and kind of shitty lats. It's very rare to see the opposite, right? Lats are a muscle group that really requires a lot of intentionality to effectively recruit and target. And especially in modern classic physique, your lats can basically never be too big, you know, because there's so much emphasis on that taper. Well, ostensibly, I mean, Ramon Dino is Mr. Olympia, and his taper is not even close to as good as Terrence or Mike's or Seabohm's was. And I think in his case it's more of a structure thing, but there could be training things there too. I'm not really sure. Either way, in judging, even if it's not like absolutely required to have the perfect V-taper, it definitely does give you a lot of positive impression on the judging. So anyway, the second exercise I did, as you saw, was the neutral grip pull downs. I wasn't super satisfied with the last few reps. I could have done better, and I think I'm probably leaning back a little too much. Problem is, I'm actually not that tall. I'm only like 5'11", like 180 centimeters. But like if I am not leaning back, I end up not being able to stretch all the way out at the top. So not really sure what's going to be the best option for that. Anyway, third exercise you can see over here is like a bench supported cable pull down, lat pull down. I actually only started doing this exercise like really recently, and like holy shit, it feels really good. This is great for like really targeting and isolating the lats. So something like a pull-up or a chin-up or even a pull-down is really going to kind of get a lot more of the overall upper body pulling musculature. You know, rear delts, biceps, traps, and lats. Whereas this, you're getting like all lats. You're really able to take the rear delts, traps, and all that stuff out and really focus on the lats, which is what I've been trying to do. Then lastly, I did a non-lat specialized exercise that did more of an upper back row. I'm using the neutral grip, which, you know, it's like kind of a pretty balanced lat, trap, upper back, rear delt type of movement, more of like a complete back movement than a lat isolation move. But I kind of did 3 things that were more lat focused before this, and still need some upper back for proportionality overall and for shoulder health too. Yeah, like lifts like this, where engaging those muscles are really good for getting the stabilizing muscles for your pressing motions really strong. So it's not just aesthetic, it's also sort of functional in terms of balancing things out in terms of shoulder and elbow health and resilience to pressing motions, because those can be very tough on the soft tissue and joints and things like that. So yeah, I actually still do free weight pressing. I mean, I know it's not very popular in sort of modern new school bodybuilding, and my style is very modern and new school. I do not think the old school guys are right about everything. I think, in fact, they're wrong about most things, particularly the diet, but even a lot of the training things too. So I really like the sort of UK, JP, John Jewett, Team Pro Coach philosophy of relatively lower volume, very targeted, very specific style of training. And so my current split is like a push, pull, legs, pull, legs. So 2 pull days, 2 leg days, 1 push day. And that was because of my last show, which was last year, September. I had relatively dominant triceps, delts, and chest, and kind of shitty lats. But over a pretty quick 24-week surplus, I've kind of ironed out those imbalances, and now I would even say my chest is somewhat weaker. So starting next week, I'm going to convert that to push, pull, legs, upper, lower instead. Anyway, to wrap things up, we got some posing and some pretty good lighting with a pump. We're really working on having nice smooth transitions and all that. I was pretty happy with this. I would say my side chest is not great right now. I'm kind of trying to figure out how to hit it. It looks a lot better when I'm leaner if I hit it this way, but you know, I'm in the off season. I'm just wrapping up the 5th week of a mini cut. It's going to be probably 12, maybe 14 weeks, I'm not sure. So body fat isn't super low, and my side chest, I'll play around with it. Anyway, so yeah, doing my mandatories as I would hit them on stage, but then I also throw in a classic side tricep at the end. I'm kind of deciding between if I want to hit the Arnold pose for my favorite classic, or the classic side tricep, or maybe even both, in which case I would have to go a lot faster. I'm really kind of intentionally doing things in the slow-mo right now. Okay, so I think that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, all that kind of nonsense. And talk to you next one.